Hello and welcome to Spot Hidden, the show where we play Call of Cthulhu. We are a horror role-playing stream. You must know that by now since this is episode 5 of this campaign. But we have laughs, we have scares, we have Lou taking a fastball to the ribs. Hello everyone. How are y'all tonight?
Morning,
Slay!
Slay.
I'm doing well, friend.
Welcome. How is everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Very good. Very good.
I don't know why I went
Tuesday
Tuesday
evening?
evening. That. I was like, good.
Good.
I'm good.
That's how you know you're on the breaking point. Where it's
Mhm.
good.
Well, you know what? Even if you are on your breaking point, tonight we're going to have some fun. We're going to play some more Call of Cthulhu from Chaosium. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I'm London. I'm the keeper here, the game master. We are playing Call of Cthulhu 7th edition from Chaosium. Go buy the source books. Have your own horror role-playing adventures at your own table. And stick right around where you can watch us have our horror investigative adventure right now. Let's go around the table and see who we have here. Let's start here. Hudson. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hey everybody, I'm Rodney Dangerfield playing Dr. Rick Kurtz tonight. Hey everybody, I'm Hudson Hubbard, of course. You're back on Spot Hidden. Sorry, we were just talking about Rodney Dangerfield in the backstage area. But yes, I'm so happy to be back here playing Dr. Rick Kurtz. Dr. Rick Kurtz is a professor of archaeology at Cambridge. He is from Omaha, Nebraska, and he is currently going into the woods with a specific baseball player of this group to perhaps find and solve this mystery that is terrorizing this small town. Thank you.
Fantastic. Great impression. Do you have any impressions, Mike? Who are you and who are you playing tonight?
Hello. Never mind. Hi.
Who was that?
What question, Mike?
Can you repeat the question?
I'm Mike. Sorry for that. I'm playing James Coughlin, a reporter. Gonna go downhill from here, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Classic.
Great. Next up, Trevor. Who are you? Who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Chester Goodman, the older driver fellow of the group. And we are, I have found that I mostly work on side quests, so I'm waiting for a new side quest. We'll keep that bit rolling. 'Cause
Great.
I don't know any new material. That was a
Fantastic.
joke. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Next
Thank
up,
you.
Price. Who are you? Who are you playing tonight?
Hello. My name is Price. And I'm playing Lou McGann. He's just a baseball player. He's going into some spooky woods, and we'll see what happens, man. You never know what can happen in the woods, man.
That's true. Sondheim said it best. And last, but certainly not least, Matt. Who are you and who are you playing?
Here we go. You ready for this one? Hey everyone, it's good to be here. Man, I just I'm excited to be able to promote everything we're working on. Go check out Lightyear. Go vote. Stay in tune with politics. Let me know if you can guess which one that was. I'm gonna beat you to it. It's go ahead, London. I
Oh my
already know
goodness! I
some
just got a text from you. What is this? Oh! Nice.
Well done.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one open. I'm not even gonna. All right. Hi, my name is Matthew Stephenson, member of Spot Hidden here. Welcome back. I am playing. Who am I playing? Colt Reinhardt. That's who. 46-year-old parapsychologist. More or less self-taught. Happy to be here to maybe help decipher what it is we're working on. Figuring out who's involved and what their intentions are, and what other forces are at play here. That's really the question.
Fantastic. All right. Does anyone want to work on a recap for us? Because I just realized I don't have any of my notes pulled up or Roll20 or anything pulled up, so I probably need to do that. Would anyone like to build this recap or start building it? Uh-oh. Matt, looks like you're ready to spin a tale.
Matt is the man of retelling stories. If anybody recalls, he did do a good rendition of each episode or prior episode during our Octung days.
Yeah.
Here we go. It's not even going to be the best because, to be honest
Octoon,
with
what
you,
was that?
there's a lot of content.
There's a lot of story in that beard.
There's a lot of intricacies that London weaves into his story. So I can't capture all of it, but we're gonna try our best. You ready to go? Here we go. We start out, we're scooping poop, right? We're scooping up after cows and donkeys or whatever else that lady who owns the inn has, right? We're scooping, and then there's a girl up in the window, I think Clementine, right? And she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. But if you could meet me in town, I figured that out through the Colt figured that out through the window, right? Because he rolled a crit success, the first crit success I've had since Octung, I think. We were like, all right, guess we got to do that, but we got some figuring out to do. So we went over to the jail, I think, at one point, but we also went and found a big old crowd. And who was it? It was Chester who got his shit kicked in, or to put it more gently, did take a licking on the face there, a slap, because there was a crowd and they were all unhappy with this guy that they think is a werewolf in the jail, who they thought killed a little girl. Well, we did some digging, and we don't think that's the case anymore. Basically, because we went to the morgue and that little girl's body was there and it was messed up, right? But the leg was fine. The leg, it was a leg, but the rest of the body was, it was all over the place. There was no dirt on it. That was the key. There was no dirt. And we went back to the jail because we had a symbol, if you might recall. There was a symbol from the backyard of the guy that everyone's blaming. And we showed it to him, and he's acting like a dog, but he acted a little bit less like a dog when we showed him the symbol. And then he tamped it down, and we drugged him up with a whole bunch of alcohol, and then he took a nap. And that's what I forgot. So, London, take it away, buddy.
All right, I got my notes up.
Perfect.
Great. Tonight on Spot Hidden, and thank you very much for that, Matt. That was wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Tonight on Spot Hidden, we shall begin with a Spot Hidden roll from Colt.
I was muted, but a spot hidden roll you ask for, a spot hidden roll you'll get for a failure, 7667. I'm tempted to push.
Do you?
Could you remind me where Colt is right now in this moment?
So, Colt is actually on the Miller property. You are in the
Yes.
Miller farmhouse. So Colt is there. Rick Kurtz and Lou McGann have moved off into the woods, and Chester Goodman and James Coughlin took a little road trip just through the town. So you are inside of this farmhouse. I'll tell you a little bit more about where you are once you decide to push or not.
I'm going to inquire. Actually, I'm not going to inquire. I'm going to summon the spirit of Sir Varkalak, Hudson Hubbard, and make that push happen. For 2567, hard success. Whew. Thank you, Hudson. I appreciate that.
So, Hannah Miller has given you access to the farmhouse here. Her husband is nowhere to be seen. Her daughter is deceased. As you move into the farmhouse, you can notice that there is a gun rack in the hall. It has enough pegs to hold about 4 rifles, but the second space from the top, it's empty. The rest are full. Moving through the house, you can see that it's kind of a wreck. You can tell that the people here haven't been sleeping. They haven't really been cleaning up after themselves. It's a very raw moment for them. And you even have access to Bethany's bedroom. What would you like to do?
I'm no detective by any means, but something tells me to check the window first if there is one, or both windows if there's 2.
Mm, yes. So as you go to check the window, you can see that it is closed shut. It is, in fact, it's even locked. But what I will tell you though is that the bed covers they are tossed aside away from the door. So it's like she get out of the bed, toss them back away from the door, and most likely headed for the door.
I see. Is there anything on the other side of the windows that might show shuffled shingles on the roof, if that's what it's made of, or scuff marks, anything like that?
Yeah. Looking outside of the window, no roll required. I'll say that there's nothing misplaced here. Even inside the room, nothing has really been touched inside. The room is exactly as it was when little Bethany disappeared.
I should inquire. I phrased that question as if it was second floor. Is this ground floor house, or is there a second floor?
Yeah, there is a second floor to this place. So yeah,
Am I on the first or second?
you're up top floor.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Her death was seemingly innocent, as far as her being a child goes. So, looking for any sort of journal or anything doesn't really help in this case. But what we can look for, you mentioned the bed covers were thrown away from the door,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing discolored on any bed sheets. There's, is there any sign of a rush? Maybe clothes thrown about?
Everything inside seems clean and in its place, but I'll take another spot hidden roll from you.
All right, let's see what I might be picking up on with a 4367 standard success.
Okay, with a standard success, I would say as you're scanning around the room, you're looking at all the details of the place. Again, there's like no sorts of, there's no sign of distress within this room. Just looking back again outside, you can see that there is a little bit of a clearing area between where the house you're in is and the outhouse outside that you can see. There is blood on the grass, like a blood stain that you can see from this window between the house and the outhouse.
Time of day?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
it's did you say you were gonna meet Clementine at around 3 or so, if I remember correctly?
I believe it was 4 p.m.
4
was the
p.m.,
time.
yeah.
I think I have a note. Yeah, 4 o'clock meeting in town.
Yeah, you have about 2 hours until then.
Okay. Well, I think that makes my answer obvious. If this room is looking clear, we're gonna go find out why it looks like there's blood between here and the outhouse.
Yeah. Going to the outhouse or heading towards the outhouse again, you can see that blood stain that's there on the grass. May I have an intelligence roll?
Happy to do it. 3750 standard success. Nice.
With a 3750, you would probably believe, or you would come to the conclusion that if she just left her bed in the middle of the night, there's a stain here between the house and the outhouse, she'd probably just go into the restroom. Perhaps that is where she was snatched. Now, how long anyone was watching her, or if they just happened upon her, you're not sure. But that's probably the motive that she had to leave the house.
Which, if I may write off that intelligence, which direction would be town and which direction would be maybe the barn, if that applies here?
Yeah, there's no barn. This is like really like it's a pumpkin farm. So that's the main thing here. They don't really have any animals or anything. But from that
Now, London,
intelligence,
you don't need animals to have a barn. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
so past the outhouse is the general area in which is just the general direction in which the body was found.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, town will be back behind you.
Well, let's see about maybe retracing steps and head towards where that body was believed to be found. Not too far away to get lost, but seeing if there's any sort of trail.
Okay, give me a track roll, please.
Oh, fuck. This isn't going to go well. I want to know. I'm not trying to get lost here. 5910 failure.
Yeah, you lose it before you even get into like the woods area, the trail there. So you aren't able to really pinpoint that. But
Cool.
there is someone out in that direction already who is headed out there. A team of two, Dr. Kurtz and Lou McGann. What are you two doing?
So, Doc, what we need to be looking for out here?
Lou, I'm trying to find the individual I saw the other night.
I remember you said he was some kind of like dog man, right?
Yes, and he had the opportunity to kill me, but he did not.
What kind of dog?
It was more German Shepherd, Alaskan Husky mixed. It looked like a werewolf. Ones that you
Oh.
would see in the books.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're the one who knows what's going on here, man. I'm just gonna follow your lead on this, I think.
And with that, Dr. Rick Kurtz will begin to open his jacket to reveal the Webley revolver and pull it out. Pull it out, excuse me, just to get it ready.
Oh man. Glad I got my bat with me. I mean, I have a gun too, but I'm glad I have my bat.
I hope we don't have to use these items.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah. So the trees tower over you. They cast deep and heavy shadows that you move in and out. As you move into the speckles of light that are on the ground, you can feel the briefest warmth from the sun, but mostly it's all cold as the October wind blows and rattles your bones as you walk along. There is a whistling in the air. Not from anyone, but again, it's the wind. There is the crunch of leaves under your feet as you move. You know that you aren't alone out in these woods. You learned that the other night. But where these creatures are, you're not too sure. What's your approach to trying to find whatever that was?
If Dr. Rick Kurtz could take a survey of the land around them and see whether or not if I can pick up any tracks, perhaps tuft of fur, stuck on a tree branch, perhaps fecal matter.
Oh, great. Cool. Is there anything...
Dino duty.
Roll for shit.
Yeah, roll for shit. No. Roll a spot hidden for me, please, Dr. Kurtz.
Uh, 89 versus 75. I think it's a little too early in the game to be pushing rolls.
Shots fired. No.
Yeah.
Do you
Scanning.
want me to roll one as well, or just Dr. Kurtz?
It's up to you.
Sure, I'll do it.
Lou, help me
Yeah.
look around for some tracks, perhaps werewolf feet, if you would.
Okay. That's a failure. 50 versus 25.
You're looking around in this area and you're not seeing any sort of tracks. If they were in this area, perhaps they were disturbed by the search party. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? You're looking around for any sort of fecal matter. There's nothing that you can really identify that's anything monstrous or anything out of the ordinary here. And as far as tufts of fur, hair, leftovers, this area is clear of that.
I don't see anything, Doc.
Is there perhaps a clearing, perhaps a trail? Are we walking on a trail right now, or are we just out in the woods, just in kind of clearing areas?
Yeah, you enter and exit out of clearings as you move towards the area in which the body was found. You know where the farmhouse is. It's kind of like directly back behind you, but you're deeper off into the woods. So you will probably have an easy time getting back if you needed to, but you're just out in the woods right now.
And what's the time again?
You have about 2
2
hours until 4. So 2. I should have just said it's 2 o'clock.
It's
2 hours
okay.
till 4.
It was a very artistical way of saying 2 o'clock. I enjoyed it.
Artistical, mathematical.
Hey Doc, you end up in the woods a lot, doing what you do? Do you find a lot of dinosaurs in the woods?
No, Lou, I've never found any dinosaurs in the woods. However, there was a time that I did some research in Burma. I was in a temple, and there was a couple of Burmese poachers that we had to have a scruff with. They were after this elephant for its ivory tusk. I killed both of the poachers and took the tusk for myself.
What'd you do with it?
I made a coffee mug out of it.
That's pretty cool.
It was.
I heard they got them big old pythons down in Burma.
Yes. Yes. We should continue into the woods.
Okay. I mean, like, I was asking about them dinosaurs. Like, you see a lot of dinosaurs?
Well,
Dinosaur bones?
Lou, to see a dinosaur, you would do a little bit more archaeological work with the ground and the surrounding areas, different rock formations. You need to dig those up to perhaps find these fossil remains that you're speaking about.
No. Okay. So you don't do much digging.
No, I don't dig as much.
Oh, okay. I thought I just had to dig holes.
No, I don't. No.
So what? I mean, if you don't look for dinosaurs, what are you looking for when you go look for stuff?
Items of antiquities, fortune and glory, items that I can take back to look further upon. I've sold some items to the museum and the library at the Miskatonic University. I recently just came back from a trip from Egypt where I found some material.
What did you find in Egypt?
I really can't declassify that information.
Oh, okay. I mean, what I heard of Egypt, they used to worship things with like dog heads and people bodies.
Yes.
That's kind of similar to what's going on here, don't you think? To people with dog heads and people bodies.
It is, Lou. It is. It's very good. It's very good.
So do you ever see anything like these werewolves over in Egypt or did they talk about any of that stuff with those little pictures they used to paint on the walls and stuff? I read about those once.
Yes, well, they do have their different deities, Anubis and Amun-Ra, but nothing like what I saw the other night. Those
I had a dog
statues
named
in Egypt.
Rufus. That kind of sounds like Anubis.
You have a dog named Rufus?
I had one. He's dead.
You're very interesting, Lou. What baseball team have you played for?
Oh, I played for the Boston Braves. They're out of Boston.
Braves. Okay. Well, we should continue into the woods.
Okay.
Perhaps maybe not talking as much. I don't want to disturb anybody out there that may want to cut our throats.
Okay. Well, I'll think my questions at you then.
That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe even write them down and ask me later.
Well, I don't have a notepad, but I can do that later. Yeah.
Yes, Matt?
Is there any chance before they get too deep? Yeah, as you mentioned, I could make out them walking away. Is there any chance I could rein them back in? Call them?
Yeah, if you want to shout, I would say it wouldn't be too hard for them to hear, from way back. You're there.
Okay, with a hanky in the air. Gentlemen.
We hear him okay, or?
Yeah, I'll say you can.
Let's be a little bit louder than that, but it's different in the woods in an apartment. So
Just
No,
shouting in
Matt,
your
we need
apartment.
realism. You need to shout.
uh
Role play, Matt.
no, hell no. I think we might have a problem. We don't have much time for a hike.
Lou, did you hear what he said?
Something about a tyke. Maybe he found a baby. I don't know. That could be bad though if he found another dead baby.
Perhaps we need to. All right, let's go back to the house.
Okay. I mean, I hope he didn't find another dead baby.
Me too, Lou. Me too. As they all walk up, nope. All right, gentlemen. They have a gun rack in there, which I know is not surprising, but one of them's missing. And obviously, either Mr. Miller or someone is going about some, rushed business. I think I have one last conversation to have with Mrs. Miller, and we should see ourselves off to town.
So you think he's going after the sheriff's deputy with that gun?
I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but if he intends to take out the man he believes is responsible for his daughter's death, then it would only line up that he's headed to the jail.
Yeah, we should probably go. Well, he's got a gun. I mean, I have a gun, but he's got. Shit. Yeah, I guess we should go try and find him.
Let me speak with Mrs. Miller.
Mr. Reinhardt, if I may, perhaps this is some sort of trap.
How so?
Perhaps we were meant to come here and see this gun rack.
It's a
I
dangerous
wonder why he didn't
assumption.
take the top gun. He took the second one from the top.
But
They all look the same to me, though.
I don't know, Lou. I'm not certain. But
Miss Miller is actually, she's sort of in the next room. And she,
I thought we were still outside.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you're outside. Okay, never mind.
I thought we were outside.
I thought we were
like,
inside. Okay.
No.
She's
but
in.
we'll say
She's
this.
inside. She's inside.
Yeah.
She's inside.
Yeah. But I don't think it quite matters, Lou, what gun he took. But
We could look at the guns, see if maybe there's anything written on them or anything. I mean, I know my
Either
dad
way-
used to engrave his guns and all that kind of stuff.
more curiously, Kurtz, what is the counter to this trap that's set? If you believe it to be so.
Again, what I said earlier in the day, what I found out the other night when I was walking in the woods and I found that individual, the individual said to me that the child would kill us. Now, I understand what I'm about to say is a little bit difficult, but perhaps the townsfolk that were out the other night searching for the young girl are not what we believe they are.
I mean, what you think? They're wolf people, like what's the guy's name in jail? Keeper.
Harlan
Um,
Dupree.
You think? So you think Mr. Dupree is not the only weird wolf guy out here? Is what you're saying? There's a whole town full of wolf people, and only one wolf person happened to have gone dog shit insane.
Perhaps the townsfolk are worse than the wolf people.
If I may, Dupree shows no signs of mutation. He might act like a dog, but that's merely a side effect, a result of severe mental trauma or disease, whatever it may be, but he by no means doesn't appear as anything other than human.
I agree. I perfectly agree.
But you described beasts that could speak to you, Kurtz.
Yes. It almost reminded me of the Grimm's fairy tale of the Beauty and the Beast. It was in the form of a werewolf of legends, but it spoke to me.
Why?
Why did it speak to me?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't have that answer, Lou. It could have. Well, it could have just killed me right there on the spot.
no, I was meaning the story. You said the story spoke to you. Is that not what you meant?
Oh. Okay, let's say what they were saying is to be considered with some form of weight. Kurtz. Mr. Miller is by no means a child. How was the child supposed to bring our lives to end, but Mr. Miller's the one with the gun?
Well, maybe talking about a different kid.
The only other child I can think of is one that the father assumes to be a child, Tobias, but he is far from it.
What about his daughter? Clementine. That's his child.
But is it not to reason that Dupree was framed? That is an assumption we're drawing from all this. Clementine appears rather fearful of everything, including that very inn that she's trapped in. And she wants to meet us at 4 p.m. in public, in town, to speak with us. Now, unless she tells us to march out into the woods with blindfolds on, what does she intend to do in the center of town at 4 p.m.?
I don't have the answers that you're looking for.
I'm aware.
Reinhardt. All I'm saying is there's a lot going on, and I'm just trying to make sure that we don't walk into a trap.
And I like it, and I appreciate the support. But we're not going to get anywhere by hunkering down and hoping for the best. So, the way I see it, we speak to Miss Miller, pull some more information by way of where might Mr. Miller be heading, or any information she might have, and then we be on our way. Because if Mr. Miller intends to head out into the woods with a rifle, that is a much better situation than him heading into the center of town.
While they're going to talk to Miss Miller, can I stay outside with the gun rack and both inspect it and also try to empty the guns of all the ammo that's in them?
Gun rack's inside.
I thought we were right. While they're inside talking to Miss Miller, can I do that?
Oh, okay.
In the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely try, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, that'll be a stealth roll.
Okay, I want to inspect them first before I do that.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
all right.
Well, yeah, still stealth if you want to go up.
Still
to
stealth,
them,
okay,
look
cool.
them over. So I'll take that from you now.
That's a failure, 35 versus 20.
Meanwhile, Chester Goodman and James Coughlin have gone on a little, as Chester calls them, his side quests. As they are in the car, they are heading back into town. What exactly are you doing? Where are you trying to go, Chester?
It's a good question, because it was like 2 weeks ago we did this, and I completely forgot what our mission was. I'm so sorry. But Michael can fill you in, right? Yeah?
There's a couple people we wanted to chat to kind of after the quasi riot. Things have kind of changed a lot since then, so we wanted to go check in on people. For my perspective as a reporter, trying to just understand the general feeling of the populace. Well, also, since we didn't know where Mr. Miller went, we were kind of like almost keeping an eye out for him, seeing if, since we don't know if he's heading into the center of town or not, just trying to be there in case anything goes down, with the main goal of talking to the sheriff, the priest, and I believe that was it, the sheriff and the priest.
Cool.
So, do we want to go to the diner first?
We'll be at the diner.
People.
We could do the diner first. There wasn't really like a very specific end goal for this. It's more just having some people in the center of town while also just trying to see if anyone knows anything specifically about Mr. Miller and kind of his like whereabouts, because that kind of seems to be the big discussion that I remember.
Yeah.
London, do you remember anything else that we forgot?
Oh no, yeah, I mean that seems to be like the mission, more exploratory. Just go and sort of like case the place, see if you see him. He's been missing. Talk to people. Ask around. And I'll tell you this: you go around. You even head to the diner where there are people eating, drinking their coffees and such. No one has seen Mr. Miller recently. The last time anyone saw him was at the big sort of. The only word I can think of is kerfuffle at the jail earlier, where Kurtz gave the speech. That was the last time anybody sort of out and about saw Mr. Miller. You move to the church. Father LeClaire has not seen Mr. Miller. He worries for him. He prays for him. And now, even the constable and the deputy have their eyes peeled. They're a little nervous. He has not been seen, not even at his home. So they know he must be up to something. Going around the entire place, you don't see him. But may I have a drive auto roll from Chester?
Yes, of course you can. It's my best one. 66 v 70.
Nice.
As you are sort of, circling through town, you've sort of talked to different people. Nobody has seen him anywhere. You're heading back to the Miller farmstead when suddenly you hear gunshots at your car.
I speed up.
Indeed you do. And as the expert driver you are, Chester, you are like pedal to the metal, Fast and Furious, 1930s edition, just driving through the streets.
So we're
hitting
talking
those
like 40 miles an hour at this point, right?
40 miles an hour. Like you are
Yeah.
a speed demon, right? You are evading those gunshots. Anybody else, their car there would have been shattered windows. Maybe a tire would have been blown out. No, not you. You were able to sort of maneuver out of this situation. You're not exactly sure where the gunshots came from, but they seem to be pointed at you, but you were able to get out of the way. What's your initial reaction at that?
Well, my initial reaction was to evade, and then now I'm looking for some safe place to park the car. We should probably head back to the sheriff's office, but I don't say any of this out loud. I'm just heading in that direction.
Cool. You're able to, again, no roll required. I'll keep rolling with that.
I will say to Coughlin, what was that?
Are we getting shot at?
I think so.
They're a bad shot. Good driving.
All right, sorry, London. Go ahead.
Cool, no problem. Cool. You're able to encircle the town, make your way back around to the constable's office, the jail there. You park in this like shed area after evading whoever was after you. May I have luck rolls from the both of you?
Failure, 96 to 70.
Oh, luck's up here. Hard success.
Oh.
Can I? Never mind.
With a hard success, I'll say that after a couple of moments of just like silence and waiting, there are no more shots. There's no car that's like easing up, creeping up, trying to sneak up on you. No. Everything just stops.
If you don't mind, I would like to go check on the car and see if I can't find any bullet holes.
Yeah.
Are we in like a closed garage, or are we still like open air?
It's open air.
Is my gun still in the trunk? I believe it would be.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take it while we're parked, take it out of the trunk, and then try to find some place of cover, and just kind of put myself in position for return fire in case they come back.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not finding cover as quickly. I'm going a little bit slower, keeping an eye out, but also inspecting the vehicle to see if there was a bullet hole.
They missed the car. As soon as you heard any sort of gunshot, you were out of there. They continued to ring, but you were gone.
How many shots were fired at us total?
I would say 4.
All relatively close to the Miller homestead?
No, this
Or
is
is
in the
it-
center of town.
Okay.
I believe it's time to inform the law enforcement.
I agree.
Inside, the constable is there. Gentlemen, what brings you back here?
Sir, I believe we were shot at.
Shot at
By a
Shot
gun,
at.
constable.
by a gun wielded by, let me guess. Did you see your assailant?
I did not. Chester, did you?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
I don't want to go around blaming Miller, but we have to keep an eye on him. No one's seen him. And I
We
fear-
heard 4 gunshots go off, and I immediately booked it.
They all missed our car and our persons, thank God. Are there any blind people out to get us, perhaps? People have never shot a gun before. It's not my first time being shot at, but my first time being shot at this poorly.
Well, perhaps you just have a very good driver. Anyway, I'm glad you two
no,
are...
no. Oh no, me. No, sorry. Thank you.
I'm glad you two are safe. We're going to investigate this. We'll make sure that this place is safe. Because I fear that he might be coming here and trying to get to Dupree. But thank you for the heads up. Now that we know that there is activity, we now can move from a place of action. If anyone has a gun out on these streets, we'll stop them.
Does your police cars have any armor or bulletproof windows? We need to get back to our crew, but after getting shot at, I don't want to risk going back there again. Would you mind following us just for added protection?
Yes.
I gotta Google something. Nope, no bulletproof windows.
Bulletproof? I was wondering too. Bulletproof?
That's
No.
surprising.
Yes, we'll escort you there and keep an eye out.
Thank you. Chester, do we have any more plans in town? Anything else we needed to see or people we needed to talk to? Or are we ready to head back to... Constable, what time is it? Do you have...
Now? It's about 3 o'clock.
Unless you want to stay in town, Chester, we do have our meeting at 4.
Oh, of course. I was simply going to suggest a stakeout.
The meeting's still in town.
But yes, we do need to have a meeting.
That's what I was saying, like stay in town rather than going back to the homestead and going all the way back to town. The stakeout of the meeting place.
Just a stakeout for our assailant.
Constable, what say you?
There's a meeting? Who are you meeting today?
No, ignore the meeting. The stakeout for the assailant. Post up around town to see if we notice anyone with the firearm.
Yes. We'll have the deputy go and make rounds and see what he can see.
I think it's a great idea, Chester.
Thank you, sir.
Meanwhile, back on the farmstead, what goes on?
Well, I suppose we'd be knocking on the door for Mrs. Miller to let us in. I would have assumed Dr. Kurtz is here to help speak with Mrs. Miller. I'm not the best when it comes to getting information out of people in terms of, skills. So with that in mind, Lou has his own intentions of investigation. So we'll go ahead and give a knock on the door.
She comes to the door. Hi, yes, did you find anything?
No, ma'am. But It's quite hot out here. I was wondering if we could come in and have a glass of water.
Yes, I'll pour waters for everyone.
Oh,
Come
thank you,
inside,
Mrs.
please. She pours you some glasses of ice water and passes it out to each of you.
You've met. Didn't Mrs. Miller meet all of us at the top or at the end of last show? Was it? Okay.
I believe so. You all rolled up together.
If you don't mind, Mrs. Miller, Lou is going to be taking a bit of a look around, just additional eyes on top of my own, even though I unfortunately couldn't find much to work with. And you remember Dr. Kurtz here?
Thank you for the water.
Yes, of course. And Lou, yes, you can look around. Just, yes, please do.
Where would be your bathroom?
Bathroom is just right down the hall to the left. Take a look.
Okay, I need to. Yeah.
Second
thank you.
door.
Second.
London, real quick, too. Let's back up. There's an outhouse. There's an outhouse bathroom.
It's outside. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that's all good. That's all good.
She says it's outside. I made a mistake.
No, I just want to make sure. Because I was like, why is she going outside just to get got at midnight? Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's an outhouse.
I'm so sorry.
You saw the outhouse.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, well,
that's what I was
I
investigating.
take back everything.
I'm so sorry. I take that back. You caught me slipping. I'm sorry.
I take it back to. All right. Mrs. Miller, I know we inquired about your husband earlier, but. And glancing at, I imagine, the living room, there appears to be a rifle missing. Are there not intended to be 4?
Let's see. And she sort of goes and crosses over to them. She looks. Yes. The rack is usually full. That's my husband's favorite hunting rifle. The one there, second from the bottom. It's missing.
Mm.
I don't know. I have no idea where it is. I didn't see him take it.
I just want to preface that again. We want the best for you and your town as well as your family, despite the tragedy that struck you. With that in mind, I know you said you had no idea where he could have gone.
No idea. She just starts, she's just kind of shuffling, wringing her hands. She's still distraught. I have no idea where he is. If I did, I would tell you. I just don't want him to get, turned inside out over this. I know he will.
I'm going to leave this open as a player. Kurtz, do you have anything? Buddy?
Miss Miller, this water is very nice.
Okay. All right.
You say that you have no idea where your husband is?
No, I don't.
And how long has he been gone?
Since they got back to town. They got back to town, he informed me of everything that was found. He went to the courthouse, not the courthouse, he went to the jailhouse and briefly came back here. I haven't seen him since.
And when he was briefly back here, did he say anything, perhaps out of the ordinary?
No. He was just angry. I hugged him briefly, but he just broke away and just paced in the yard for a while.
And that was it?
Yes. I went inside to get him a glass of water and he was gone.
Now, Miss Miller, you have a beautiful farm. These woods out there, have you ever taken a walk in the woods before?
No, not really. The woods are not my territory. I stay on the farm. My husband is a hunter, but that is not me.
Have you ever heard anything unusual from the woods at night?
The odd animal, yes. Wolves howling, but that's about it.
If I may, I don't mean to intrude, friends. He's a hunter. Would you say your husband is Mr. Miller? Is he familiar with with the terrain?
Around these parts, yes.
When does he typically hunt?
Early mornings. Just early. He gets up about maybe like 5. He's heading out by 5.
Miss Miller, I apologize to cut in, but do you mind if I smoke?
Please.
Mrs. Miller, you would just last thing I could think of. You said he was pacing in the yard, and when you turned around, he was gone. Was he pacing with that rifle?
No. If he took it, he must have come back inside and grabbed it and left.
I rolled a psychology in advance, Keeper. I don't know. I can roll it again if you'd like. I'm just checking. I mean, is this nervousness? Is this stress because she's lying, or is she showing signs of someone who's lying? Is she looking off, blinking a lot?
She seems to be telling the truth.
Thank you.
With that insight check. Yeah, no, she is, again, wringing her hand. She has this worried look on her face, but again, it's mostly, just grief. She's telling the truth about his hunting habits and him knowing the area and her not being a hunter.
Miss Miller, if I could ask 3 different places you think your husband would be, could you give me them?
The 3 places?
3 different places you would believe that your husband could be at right now.
I just want to ask you, are you any of you police officers?
No,
Not quite.
I'm an archaeologist.
Okay.
And believe it or not, I have background in psychology. Sort of a doctor.
Yes, well, I know he can become very angry. Maybe he would be going back to the jail. I hope not. I don't want him to do anything rash. If he's not at the jail, he could be in the woods, maybe going for a walk, or he's blowing off some steam, or
Well, the woods would be preferable in that case. Well, we're not to assume anything of Mr. Miller, Mrs. Miller.
yes, I just don't want to be
Yes.
held, legally, responsible for anything like that.
Yes, legally responsible for a man just walking in the woods or just walking into a jail. I can understand that.
No, not. You know what I mean.
I actually don't, Miss Miller.
I don't want him to do anything. I don't want him to be enraged and go to the jail and try to enact some justice and just go. Harlan Dupree is an animal, but I believe that justice can be done the right way. I believe that. If I see my husband, I'm going to tell him that just to calm down.
If I may, while I apologize, Mrs. Miller, let me go see where my friend Lou is. If you don't mind, I'll take one last look and I will be out of here in a jiffy. I do promise you. Dr. Kurtz, if you could remain, please.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
We're all animals, Miss Miller. It just depends on what kind you are.
Keeper, while that conversation is going, is there any chance I could head kind of in the halls and locate maybe a room where Mr. Miller might express his thoughts in some writings, or maybe clippings of papers, or
Give me a spot.
Peek
here,
out.
man.
Okay. All right. 967 extreme success. Will you take that?
An extreme success. You'll see that there has been no sort of writings recently. That you might find a couple of writings of notes of the crops and the pumpkin logs and such, but there's nothing recent, especially nothing about the pumpkin logs. Yeah, there's nothing about there's nothing written about the disappearance of his daughter or the body being found.
All right. That's everything for Colt. So he'll, Mrs. Miller, thank you for your time, and we'll head to the front door.
Cool.
Ma'am.
Yep. Sorry.
That's yeah. Okay, get out, motherfucker.
Please go. No, she's not gonna say that.
Lou,
Yeah.
are you in the outhouse?
No, I waited to. I'm good.
Lou, Bryce, did you want to fill in while we were talking? If you're trying to.
No. I think Lou was snooping around the house trying to not be seen, but probably didn't find anything.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if that's the case, if the keeper agrees, then I guess we'll, if there's no objection, head towards town.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Neat.
Cool. You're all able to proceed back to town, where you find Chester and James after an eventful ride. What do you do?
I'm gonna assume we all fill each other in.
And that's what happened.
Wow, that's crazy.
Same to you. Shot at.
Indeed. Thank God I had Chester.
Do you know what kind of gun shot at you?
There were no bullet holes.
That's
was
a big
loud.
driving right there, Chester.
How do you know the gun was shooting at you, though? Perhaps it was somebody hunting.
In the middle of town?
Perhaps.
Hunting for us, maybe.
Perhaps.
It's hard to say. We were driving relatively quickly, and we heard gunshots, and everything was very loud, and Chester got us out of there very quickly. So I guess we can't say for certain we were shot at, but there's no one really else in the area. It was too urban for people to be hunting animals. I can't think of any other explanation other than people shot at us and missed, and we have no evidence to show for it. But either way, just we tell you that to keep on your guards, friends. We don't know how many people enjoy us Arkham people being here in their town.
Okay, gentlemen. There's only.
I mean, I'm hearing somebody get shot at, and Mr. Miller doesn't have his rifle in his house. I mean, I'm just putting, 3 and 2 together.
And how many shots did you hear ring out?
4.
Perhaps we should take a look at the jail.
Okay.
The only place we haven't been, gentlemen, has been is it the graveyard keeper? Or Tobias, is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tobias is the graveyard keeper person, adopted son of the father.
Okay. It's the only place we haven't been, and also the most frightening. Looking at my watch here, we have approximately so many minutes until the meeting.
We can go to the meeting whenever you choose.
Okay.
Shall we?
Yeah,
I'll
we
queue
wouldn't
up for
want to
that.
keep her waiting.
But I imagine, wait, you guys met in the jail anyway, right? After parking the car?
We did go to the jail, yes.
Colt wouldn't know that,
Correct.
so yeah, you're able to check it out. Okay, yeah, no, we're queuing up for the meeting at the diner with the lady
Coraline.
Elizabeth.
Rebecca.
Are y'all just Are you naming people?
Kaylee.
Veronica.
Todd.
No.
A boy named Sue.
Fitzpatrick.
Hannah.
Banana.
Savannah.
Bofana.
Ashley.
Jana.
Hmm.
Jana?
Callie.
Sally.
Hmm.
So it's cool.
I don't want to play
Allie.
anymore.
Aurora.
What are we doing?
What are we doing? Okay, so you're going to meet
I don't know.
Clementine at the diner.
Yep.
Cool. You
It's
make,
a
your way,
type of orange.
you make your way to the Blue Duck Diner, and there, waiting for you on the side of the building, is this shadowy figure that soon as your eyes adjust, you see is Clementine. She stands at the side of the building, seeing you approach. She gives a quick.
I'll hold the door open up for everyone, including her, if she's near it.
Are we going inside?
I don't know. You were here. Are we following you?
Can we just talk?
That's the intention.
Listen, I just don't want to. I don't have much time. I can't sit and eat.
Oh, okay, man. We're not.
Because I don't want her to realize that I'm gone.
Dial back on the hash browns, boys.
She's so overprotective. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry about her, everyone. I didn't mean for you to do to do chores. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, you grow up doing chores. It's not really a big deal.
We're going to survive.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna step inside the diner. I need a glass.
Wait, no.
Grab a glass of water.
Can you come back, please? Please. I have a question. I don't have much time. I need to talk to all of you. What do you know about my father? Can you tell me what you've learned about my father?
Well, we don't have much to go off of, but he hasn't transformed, to put lightly, and there may be reason to believe he is. Help me out here, friends.
He's gone a little cuckoo.
Innocent.
Oh,
Innocent?
No guarantees.
That's what you found out.
We found evidence contributing to that.
We haven't figured out anything for sure yet. That is our current running hypothesis. But I would not take that as fact and run with it.
I saw him
as
the other
of yet.
night.
Okay, doing what?
I saw him before he was found. I was outside. I was just closing the shutters on the place, and it was late. It was like 10 o'clock, I think. I was so scared because I saw this figure just running at me at full speed. So I tried to go inside, but it was a full moon, and the closer he got, I could see in the moonlight that it was my father. It had been 3 years since I had spoken to him, so I stayed just to hear what he had to say. And he seemed desperate to speak with me. He just kept rambling and just saying all of these just incoherent things. I didn't know what he was talking about, but he just was talking about how he made a deal with the devil.
but he was still talking like a man. He wasn't trying to
Well, he was speaking English, but he just kept talking about how he had met the devil, and he was just crying and talking about how he was like, "What have I done? What have I done?" He kept saying my mom's name too. He was like, he would mention the devil, and then he would say his sweet Elizabeth, and then he would say she can't even rest in peace anymore. I tried to calm him down, but the closer I got to him, I could just smell whiskey on his breath, and then he just seemed to be drunk to the point of insanity. I shoot him away.
You said he said she can no longer rest in peace.
Yes, and it pissed me off, quite frankly. I said, don't talk about her that way. Do not speak about my mother in that way. Let her rest in peace. And he just simply said that she can't. She can't. He said that
She
the
buried
devil,
here in town.
yes. He said that the devil won't let her rest in peace, and that he had done something horrible. That's when my aunt came out. He pushed something into my hand once he heard her coming, and he said, "Keep this safe, sweet daughter. It belongs to you. Keep this safe, and I will avenge your mother." The last thing he said before he ran off He didn't say anything about Bethany Miller. The last thing he said was, Tobias, I'm coming for you.
Ah, well, it seems you beat us to our assumption. The item, Clementine. What is it he handed you?
This. She extends a gold ring, shiny, to you all. It was caked with dirt when I found it, but I cleaned it off. You can read the inscription inside. It says, if you notice, it says, Elizabeth and Harlan. Always. This was my mother's ring. I recognize it from when I was a child, but I don't know how my father would have gotten it. This ring was buried with my mother 12 years ago.
We're not going to draw any assumptions from the obvious.
What? You said he dug up my mother?
I didn't say anything.
What is this devil business? Who's this devil? What does he have to do with Tobias?
What do you know of Tobias?
He's just the creepy traitor that lives in the cemetery.
Say traitor?
To this country, yes.
Madam,
Yes.
you said he smelled of whiskey.
Yes.
How?
His breath. Smell like liquor.
Where did the liquor come from?
Where did the liquor come from? His mouth, from his breath. He was in my face just like saying blah, 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 blah. Like,
Clementine's a young woman, Chester. I'm not certain she would be able to identify what type or where.
I think he might be asking, do you know where your daddy got the liquor?
Correct.
My dad always finds a way. I don't know who he got it from. Again, I haven't talked to him in years.
Clementine, this pocket watch I have here, it was given to me by a very special friend of mine who's long since gone. The reason I bring this up is because I'm asking not for a trade, but just a temporary borrow, if I may give you this pocket watch, and we hold on to this ring for now. People's minds have triggers, both with sight, sounds, tastes, and items themselves. If Mr. Dupree is feeling ill, this may very well help bring some productive thoughts back to his head.
I don't know. Persuade roll, please.
Well. Oh, I was supposed to level that up too. Yeah, 83-10 failure.
I can't do it. I have to hold on to this. This is all that I have of my mother, and I feel like my father is truly gone now.
All right.
I have to keep this.
We could take her with us to the jail cell.
She has to return.
I have to go. I feel like I've already overstayed. She's going to notice that I'm gone, so I have to get back. I just wanted to tell you all, and I feel like I couldn't do it on boarding house grounds.
Well, very good.
If that helps, and I hope it does, use it. Okay, I have to go. You can go get your hash browns, Dr. Kurtz. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'll have fresh towels in each of your rooms. Goodbye. As she goes to leave.
I think we all know where we're headed next, gentlemen.
Unfortunately so.
I wonder if we can follow the liquor. I wonder if there might be something to that.
Well, I think there is also something to a man digging up his dead wife.
Who knows, man? Maybe he got the liquor from the gravekeeper.
There you go.
That would be a place to store liquor.
Remember the constable also had his hidden thing of liquor. I wonder if they
cask-
all.
A cask of wine in a casket. That's funny.
I
Right.
wonder if the
Just
constable
me.
happens to get his liquor from a similar place as everyone else in this town.
I can't imagine there's many shops. It's not exactly New York.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Maybe we could go talk to the constable while we're here, and then head to the graveyard afterwards.
Okay. All right. The sun's still out. Keeper, how far away would we deem the graveyard being?
It's within town. I mean, like it won't be like a trek to get there.
Okay.
You can
You
drive.
can
You can
drive.
drive. Yeah, you can drive there and be there in no time at all.
You got a driver.
Okay. We could split up again. I'm going to be honest, I'm not certain how much there is to be found. If I'm not mistaken, you all went to the church prior.
We did a good sweep around town, and we didn't really find much. I don't know how much of a benefit splitting up would be, considering how close everything is around here now.
But hey, if we drive in Chester's car, we'll get there even quicker.
Okay. We'll go to the church and ask about where he buys his booze.
Or his supplier. And his supplier might know more information.
Right. We'll delay the cemetery. Let's go.
You going to the church?
Unless Dr. Ritz went in for hash browns.
Come on, Ritz crackers.
If he did, we just leave him. We just forgot about him.
Get those taters to go.
It's fine, gentlemen. I can do without the potatoes that. Let's move.
Are hashed.
Cool. So as we head back to St. Agnes's church, we're going to take a quick break and then return very soon. All right. We'll be right back.
You ready to play?
Sure I am.
That's what the
No!
You got any games on your phone? That's what the rear view mirror sees. Winchester's doing an inspection.
Don't worry, he's just admiring the shape of your skull.
Yeah.
Fear and loathing. Hi everybody, we're back. Clementine met with the party and divulged that she had seen her father a couple of nights ago, right before the murder of Little Miller. Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
Now, with this new information, I believe the party would like to investigate further. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I think what we broke it down to was going to the constable for a quick pit stop, not even turning the car off, just to bump our head in and say, hey, where'd you get your booze? If I'm not mistaken.
Correct. And then to the graveyard to go chat with
Tobias.
Tobias. I was gonna say
I won't
Emilio.
even leave my vehicle.
Okay, well, I'll run up to the steps of the constable's office, provided we get there, driving-wise, no problem.
Yes.
Dr. Rick Kurtz also stays in the car.
Nobody
I can
shoot
go
it.
in. I can go in and talk to him. I have the highest persuasion.
Well, I wasn't even intending like a full conversation.
I think you have the highest persuasion.
What did you think?
But-
This was like a drive-through or something?
Yeah.
More just, I wasn't sure if the constable of this town is willingly going to give up a bunch of his information.
Well, we're about to find out. Okay, so it's me and James. Lou, are you
Sure.
staying in the car?
Yep.
Okay. All right, James. Let's roll.
Let's do it.
Open the door up.
Good.
Constable, we had just one last thing for you.
I take it that you are nearing an end to this investigation. The town won't wait much longer before they rip you to shreds.
It's headed that way, and because of that, we have a question that won't make any sense right now.
Well, yes, please.
James?
Remember that flask of whiskey you had prior?
Yes, for medicinal purposes.
Yes, your medicinal whiskey. Where would someone get some medicinal whiskey around here? Or from whom?
To be honest with you, James, I procure my medicinal whiskey over in Arkham. This is a small town and people talk. So, I
Yes,
don't want
sir.
to be
This,
seen gathering it or... Yeah.
of course. Of course. And not, this is purely for the investigation. We have some leads that might tie, that this information would infinitely help us with. Do you know anyone in town or closer than Arkham who may be supplying medicinal whiskey?
Currently, no, but I do know that it would not be outside of the realm of possibility for people to homebrew it themselves. We're trying to track down places such as these to keep things, keep the town legitimate, but if you find someone homebrewing this themselves, please let us know. It's not Lockhart at the boarding house, is it?
No, sir. This is not tied to any individual person. We've found a thread we are just trying to pull. I hope you don't mind us prying too much. I promise this is solely professional and for the investigation. Last question before we head out. If someone were to also be taking medicinal drinks, do you think homebrewing would be the most common way for these people to procure their medicine? You can't think of anyone else or any other place that would be the easiest for the average person in this town to go.
Well,
Is there a dealer?
Yes.
the biggest organized dealer was busted several years ago, so out of commission for sure in that
That's
regard.
good.
No one has replaced old Smitty at all. But we are near the Miskatonic River. Perhaps someone has set up a steel along it somewhere, but I have not seen that quite yet.
Well, we're glad to hear you're doing your work, Constable. I believe that is the thread coming to a close. We'll be on our way to finalize everything we are doing.
Yes, I am far more patient than the townsfolk are. These times are tense. There are shooters in the streets. You must be careful.
And with that, we're off.
Have a good day, Gospel.
You too, James. What do you do with that?
Cemetery.
Well, that was interesting, but not quite the information I was hoping for. I was hoping for something a little bit easier.
Yes,
Hey,
how'd
you
it
want
go?
it handed to you, Michael? Is that... No, I'm kidding.
They making shine.
Were you able to find out what you needed to find out?
There is no dealer. They make it, they homebrew it, and if not, they're getting it from Arkham.
All that to be said, not the easy thread that we were anticipating having to pull. Unless we go investigate everyone else's bathtubs around town, I think we should put our efforts solely into the graveyard and Tobias. But
Unless the constable's in on it.
And you don't want to make liquor in your tub because, like, what if you accidentally undo the stopper? Then all that liquor just goes down the drain. That'd be a big old waste.
Okay, well, if the constable's in on it, then we aren't helping by providing them information, so we'll be on our way. Chester, if you could, we're headed to the cemetery, I believe.
why did you make that noise, Chester?
He is one with the vehicle, and the vehicle is one with him.
Oh, you ready to go?
Wait a minute, men. Where's the stick shift, Chester? I'm sorry. All right, let's...
Spot hidden is pro stick shift. We're manual here.
Where
Hey,
you place the
gentlemen.
stick is up to you.
Look, there's a blimp up there. In the sky.
What does it say?
I don't know, but there's this... Looks like a man's jumping from it.
Don't do it, man.
USS Hendon.
Oh, okay, all right.
Balk. It's not the Hindenburg.
Okay, all right. Okay, whew.
Too soon.
Damn, Mike. That was quick.
What? That was
That
very
was
quick.
great.
Good job, Mike. You
That
got
was
that
a-
queued up.
That was a Hudson cue with his like turn off the camera. I'm an asshole, like,
Oh,
you know,
did he?
like or whatever he'll put there.
Oh, man.
I had it queued from the last campaign.
All
That's
right.
the only
The
thing I was
song
going to say on my
Cemetery by
grave
Coin?
one day.
Meanwhile, at the cemetery, I know. So the party makes their way to the local cemetery. This well-tended sod is peppered with hundreds of white and gray headstones arranged in these long rows. As you can see the cemetery, it is roughly 50 yards front to back and then another 80 yards across. This has this sort of stone, like little fencing, not fencing, like a stone wall that sort of encircles the property. It's not real high, maybe even about 5 feet. At the front of it is this wide wrought iron gate that rises to about 8 feet, I would say. But it's open. It's daytime. It is open. But the clouds are overcast. The sky is gray. The wind is howling. And as Chester's car pulls its way into those gates, you get this feeling of dread. This is the place where it all ends. I'm not talking about your adventure. I mean, for the people, for the hundreds of people here, this community has history here. And this community is, it's sort of like a cycle. People are born here, people die here. It happens all the time. And this is where their stories end. Now, I'm trying to think if there's any other things I can mention here that you can see as you pull in. The only feature of note, I would say, is there's a small building way off in the back corner of the property. It appears to be this like one-room shack is the best way to describe it. There is a small pen on the side of the structure, and there's like dried up stalks of October corn in the rear. The corn is withering and dying at this point. You don't see any cars. You don't see any horses. You don't really see any signs of life. The only thing that really sort of sticks out here is there's this curl of dark smoke that comes out of the stovepipe chimney of the shack. The smoke is dark, and it rolls and stretches into the sky, where it clogs in clouds directly above the shack. So there's someone inside, someone with some fire going. What would you like to do?
Something's burning.
It's dark smoke.
If we're all departing from the vehicle,
Rubber?
ignoring the smoke, Colt's looking for a grave that might have been recently dug up. He's looking for Mrs. Dupree's grave.
Okay, yeah. Does everybody want to look for it?
Yes, I would like to look at the graves also, but I do wish to look at the graves for a symbol that I saw earlier in the campaign.
Oh, yeah.
So
Cool.
perhaps while Reinhardt is looking for a specific gravestone, I'm looking around at all the graves looking for a specific mark.
Sweet.
Talking about, Huddy.
So for Dr. Kurtz, we're gonna get a spot hidden. For Colt Reinhardt, we're gonna get a luck roll. There's lots of graves out here. There's lots of graves.
I'm gonna stick with
3360.
Dr. Kurtz.
Got a 3360. Luck. Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, hard success.
Lucky a lady tonight. Hard success. A
Hard
17
success.
versus 75.
Wow. Okay, yeah. After about
James.
20 minutes of searching, you're just looking around here. Colt finds the headstone. It is an ornately carved headstone near the center of the grounds, and it's probably the most detailed and intricate out of any of the other headstones around. I'm not saying it has anything like crazy on it, right? Or like it's like huge. It's just you can tell there was care taken to it. The guy who made this loved the person this was for. And on it, it says, Elizabeth Mary Dupree, 1884 to 1918. Beloved wife and mother, heaven gains its most beautiful angel.
In the dirt?
In the dirt? Damn. Anyway, that's cold. That's cold.
I don't know. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Anyway.
That's cold. Anyway, so with Dr. Kurtz, with that spot hidden roll, I'll say, yeah, you're looking for that symbol. You find that symbol. It is on roughly 10 to 15% of all these headstones. Only.
Oh, I get a percentile.
Yeah, I'll give you, but yeah, roughly 10 to 15% of these headstones have that symbol, the eye and the triangle and the circle with the branches.
Right.
But yeah, it seems that only the newest graves here have that symbol. So anything from 10 years ago or more don't have the magical symbol.
If I could, I would like to try to look around the surrounding area, perhaps around the shed, without disturbing whoever's inside, but I would like to find perhaps a shovel.
Are you going over to the shed? You're gonna walk over to the caretaker's shack?
Yes, if that means if I can't find any right now, anything in the surrounding area where I'm at currently that is a shovel, then yes, I would make my way to the caretaker's shack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or is the caretaker's name Shack?
His name is not
Tobias.
His name is Tobias, but this is his shack that he owns.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Grave shack. Baby, grave shack.
Oh, there's a werewolf.
Is the
in
character played by Shack?
This is
That's what I'm
this-
asking.
you
Uncle
can't see
Sam.
my cemetery.
Yeah.
Shut up, Chuck.
Oh,
All right.
is Tobias shack? Why are you doing this to me? Don't put that in my head, because
Hey, Chuck.
no.
Chuck. How many rings you got, Chuck? I don't know what a doctor's doing here at my cemetery. I asked the doctor what he was doing here at my cemetery. He said he didn't know. Goldbond. It nurtures my skin.
I'm sorry to bother you, but do you perhaps have a shovel?
Yeah, I got a couple shovels. Hang on. Here you go.
What, he just pull it out of his ass?
He's sponsored by a shovel company.
He has it tucked into his gym shorts there. All right.
Gosh.
Come on, Chuck.
All
That's
right.
funny.
What is anybody else doing? So Rick Kurtz is
Before
walking
that-
over to the shack. Yeah. What else does anybody want to do?
So Tobias is out of.
Well, you
What
haven't
does Lou
seen
wanna do?
Tobias. There is a shack, and it has you can tell the chimney's going, so somebody must be
So
inside.
somebody's in there. And they're going up to the shack, right?
Yeah, Rick Kurtz is
So
walking.
I want to go around to the back of the shack, try not to make any noise to see if there's like maybe a back door or anything.
You're walking
Kind
over
of
there
look
too?
around the shack. I want to look around the shack. I don't want to like approach the shack.
I will accompany Dr. Kurtz if you'll have me.
Okay, am I the only one staying around the graves? Chester.
Spooky.
Y'all are done with the grave.
I'll come with you.
Okay, thank you, Chester. Okay. Before that, I don't know if that's something you want to jump into, but we're looking at it. Does Elizabeth's grave have the symbol?
Does Elizabeth's grave have the symbol? Nope.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Have the symbol? It does not. Okay.
What are we looking for?
Kurtz, did you point out the ones with the symbol, or were you just?
Currently, Dr. Rick Kurtz did not point out the symbols of each grave because he was kind of moving fast and trying to be stealthily as possible. So no, I would probably also not like call out to you because I don't want to alarm whoever's in the shack.
Is there any chance I could identify them, Keeper?
And he didn't point them out to you?
He did not.
With a
I
spot,
rolled a.
with a spot hidden.
All right, here we go. Extreme success.
Yeah, you see all of them. Again, 10
Thank
to
you.
15% of
Percent.
of the headstones.
Do any of the names ring any bells? Are they people that maybe haven't been buried yet? Are they family names?
Yeah, for you mostly see family names and stuff. Joneses, Smiths.
What are the years in which they lived? Would you say they're relatively long lives?
Some longer than others for sure, but they're all the ones that are marked are they died within the past decade at the most in the past year, 2 years. Something
And
like that.
Elizabeth does not. Okay.
Yeah, she died 12 years ago.
The last thing we're gonna ask, I think I know what you're gonna ask for, but is the dirt on her grave? Is it? Then again, this was some time ago, but
Oh,
would you
yeah,
say
the-
it's relatively.
Oh, the dirt is the dirt disturbed specifically on her grave?
Mm-hmm.
I love how Mike is looking at me. Fuck. I'm gonna tell you this. No roll required. The dirt above her grave is not been touched. The dirt above the graves of any of these has not been disturbed. From your observations, none of the graves have been disturbed.
Secret tunnel.
That's what I was about to say.
Secret tunnel.
Man, you guys broke that
Through
case
the
way faster than I
graveyard.
did. Holy shit! I was like, "Fuck." Okay.
Catacombs.
All right. With that, that's all I got to break down. The rest of the groups head to that shack, so I'll head that way after collecting that information. Thank you.
And Ian in the chat says, "Time to start. Dig up that grave." That's why Rick Kurtz is going to get the shovel, I think.
Hosted by Bob Barker Skeleton.
He punched Adam Sandler once.
Yeah.
The price is wrong, Bob.
What a great line.
All right, cool.
Price is wrong, Bob.
Wait. So who's going to the shack first? Kurtz, Lou, and James Coughlin.
Following
Yes.
up
So
behind.
Kurt's not going to the front, and Chester's going to the back, if I remember correctly. Or
Okay.
not Chester,
Yep.
Lou. Lou is going to the back.
But
I'm going
not
around back. Yep.
I'm not knocking on any door.
Yeah, you're just gonna go see if we can find. There has to be a
I'm
shovel.
front- What?
I said there has to be a shovel.
Okay.
Chester and Colt, you're hanging around the grave still. Are you doing anything with the grave? So you think you wanted to do Chester?
I'm going to ask what Matt's doing. Matt's character. What Matt
So we identified that all
Oh.
the dirt was untouched. We also identified that Elizabeth's gravestone does not have that symbol, where the others do, 10 to 15%. They're relatively new, the graves that do have that symbol, and that is all we have to go off of. It's curious that he was saying he did something terrible, and his wife couldn't rest, implying he dug her up, but there's no dirt disturbed on any of these graves. Grass is growing. There's no reason to believe that he dug her up.
Is it the
Which-
same family that all have that symbol on it, or is it different?
Oh, it's just scattered throughout. Like there are some family names, the ages don't match up. It is almost
Okay.
sporadic. There's no real rhythm to it.
Hmm.
But
I
there is a
say-
rhythm. They're all recent in the last decade.
That's quite odd.
Indeed.
It looks like Dr. Kurtz is heading towards the shack.
Yes. We'll head that way, and oh, there he goes now. Look at him. What a profile. You're a handsome man, Kurtz. Sorry, I didn't say that.
It looks like he could be on a coin with that hat.
That's at least worth $2.
The $3 coin.
That $3
Legendary.
coin cuts. Oh, he's on a horse now. He's on a horse. Where did the horse
He's on
come
a
from?
Keeper, is there anything
It's
else
actually a
that-
wolf horse. It's a wolf horse man.
Oh, it's a werewolf. He's riding. He's riding a werewolf.
Whoa.
Whoa. Keep it tame. Keep it tame.
Whoa, bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down now, y'all.
To quote Matt, stop stalling.
One hop this time.
And now, 2 hops, I might ask for.
Keeper, I got questions.
Yes.
So you said there was a shack, a pen, and then you also mentioned some corn stalk.
Yeah, corn. Yeah, there's corn here.
I am curious if there's something else that we haven't seen yet that's on the property.
There's big graveyard surrounded by like a cobblestone wall almost. There are nearby woods. There's like sort of like trees in the area. The only thing on the property are all the gravestones, the shack in the back corner, and that's it. And the corn and the pin, obviously.
Well, Colt, what grave is Dr. I assume he's grabbing a shovel. What grave is he about to dig up?
If I knew the enigma that is Kurt's mind, I would have an answer for you.
I suppose we wait then.
Well, I guess I'll close the distance and be by them. Something tells me that shack is not unoccupied.
Oh, I'll follow.
Great.
I'd hope it's not unoccupied. There's smoke coming out of it.
Indeed.
So, as you're all is everybody heading towards the shack now?
Yeah.
Cool.
Chester and Colt in the back, and Kurtz in front.
I can't stop thinking about Shaq now. What? Why do I just feel like Shaq's inside? Like, fuck whatever plan I had. I feel like Shaq is digging these graves. And he's at every funeral.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
Opens the door.
Hey, little man, what you need?
How many rings do you have in the NBA? This is my Shaq. Hey, Chuck. Chuck.
Oh,
Chuck.
oh my
I'm
goodness.
just shacking a shack.
Hey, Arnie.
All right. All right.
Okay.
So you all hear this snarling and barking that's coming from the direction of the caretaker's hut. Charging full speed across the lawn are these 3 massive hounds. There is slobber coming out of their mouth. They're baring their teeth, and they are all bolting towards you all.
Oh, God damn it.
Does anybody want to give me a nature roll?
Nature?
Yeah.
Oh.
The one thing I told myself not to forget the last 2 episodes.
Keeper, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was too focused on Shaq. What is chasing after us?
3
Big dog.
giant dogs.
Yeah, okay.
They're hounds of some sort. Well, here, I was going to ask for nature rolls if anybody has it, but natural
Natural
roll.
roll, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 14. Wait, can I push that? 14 versus 10?
You can push it or you
no.
can spin luck
No.
if you want.
I would spend
Spin the luck before you push it.
I'm going to
Yes.
spin the luck.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
-4 to luck.
Oh, I didn't mean to roll. I need to subtract 7 from my or
Mm-mm.
4 from my
4.
luck, right?
Subtract 4. 10, 10.
Lou, you would
So-
know this probably from, just your back. I'm sure you have some sort of story for this, but you've seen hounds like this before. These aren't normal dogs. These are wolf and dog hybrids. Like they were bred.
Like wolf. Okay, wolf
hybrids.
dogs.
Yeah, exactly. These are wolf dogs.
They're bred?
Jesus.
God
Perhaps.
dang it, man.
Those kind of dogs they had to play the dire wolves in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
This is one of my biggest fuck ups.
Big
God
fuckers,
dang it.
yeah.
and it's 3 of these, and they're coming straight at you, full speed. What do you all do?
I'm ready my bat.
Pull out my shotgun.
Tune in next time.
No, we're going. We're still going, y'all.
Does anyone have a slab of meat on them by chance? Something that I forgot over the last 2 episodes to bring with us to the cemetery?
So y'all are standing your ground?
I'm flying. I've chosen the flight response.
Okay.
Okay.
Hear me out,
I'm gonna-
everyone.
I'm gonna go to around the graves that do have the markings.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus
Casually
Christ.
stroll up to him.
What if we sacrifice Chester?
Nope.
That's a
already
good
running.
idea.
Already going back to the car.
Wait, just shoot his leg.
Yes. Can I roll to shoot Chester's leg?
You lily-livered car! Can't shoot the dogs.
Just like a damn Yankee to run from the dog.
Okay, we have some people that are trying to stand their ground, readying a bat, readying a gun. Chester's running.
Yeah, Chester's fleeing.
Okay.
The car is safe. I have no weapons.
Okay. Show of hands. Who's getting ready to attack these dog wolf things?
I mean, I feel like Lou's close enough where he's like, I can't run. I gotta pop one of these things in the nose.
Okay, Lou's there. Kurtz, what are you doing? Are you running?
Dr. Rick Kurtz is going to make a tactical run over to a large portion area where there are grave stones that do have the symbols. He's going to pull out his Webley revolver and be in defense mode.
Okay.
I follow
Face
Kurtz.
down.
Cool.
I follow
Okay.
Kurtz like that plan.
I'll roll with, I guess, with Lou. Lou, are you trying to stick close to the group as well?
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw him when I was trying to go around. I think I've kind of regrouped with everybody, right? Is that okay?
Or trying, yeah, as they're
Keep it-
approaching.
It's okay that I kind of regrouped with everybody, yeah.
Cool. So I'll take Dex from everybody.
Dex?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Hey, success!
A hard success.
Oh, nice.
Dude,
Do you
Rick
mean,
Kurtz has
like,
that, like,
An actual
ballerina
roll,
step.
or did you just want the order?
Actual roll.
Oh,
Since y'all
okay,
talking
yes,
about
sir.
getting away.
Oh, I see.
Dr. Rick Kurtz pulls out a bullwhip and swings through the air.
Extreme success. 7
Colt
versus 4.
Reinhardt pulls
God
out a
almighty.
Okay, I do a
hoverboard.
I do a tiger roll to where I want to be.
What happened
and
to James?
whip out the 45 automatic.
70 versus 50. James is the only one that fails.
Oh, shit.
Maybe. Damn, I probably don't want to push that, huh? I'm probably fucked anyways. Do you want to be eaten by dogs or like super eaten by dogs?
You have a 50-50 shot, right?
I do have a 50-50 shot.
God damn it.
It's your choice.
How much luck you got?
I have 70 luck.
Oh,
I mean, there's 50 luck if you were to save your own ass.
Do you want
depends
to
on the keeper, though. It depends on the keeper.
Do you want to stick with this? Do you want to push it? Are you spending 20 luck? I don't know. That's
I'd like to push it.
Oh no! No, Michael!
if he does this, he does a fucking backflip.
What the wait. Oh my goodness.
If he
Michael!
fails, he does a backflip into the jaws of one of the wolves.
Michael, think about this.
Do you think I just spend the luck?
It's
That's
up to
the
you.
safer
You
option.
can push it if you want. This
Wait, can I spend the luck on the pushed option?
no. You want to stick with this, or you want to push
It would be hype as fuck if I get it though.
It would be.
It would be,
It would be so cool.
but also,
But
Oh,
Earning so much street cred.
James might get got.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
James would lose.
I'm on the edge
I
of
don't want to
glory.
spend 20
We got the
luck.
dire wolves from Game
That's
of Thrones
so
after
many.
you, James.
That's so much luck. Do I want to spend 20 of it?
There's already one that's closed in on you.
Okay.
There's already one that clotheslined you.
So I'm no mathematician, but if you flip a coin, you have like, if you flip a bunch of coins, like 1,000 of them, they'll even out to 50-50 odds, right?
You need to flip
So,
50
the fact-
coins.
The fact that I failed the
And
first
25
roll, the fact that I failed the first one means my odds are higher of getting the second one, right?
It's a bell curve.
Every
Exactly,
time
right?
the odds.
Dude, my heart's fucking racing right now.
Bell curve. You gotta beat the bell curve.
All right, I'm just gonna spend the luck. Well,
Oh my god.
No. Okay.
oh
alright.
my god,
No.
That was luck.
He was
No,
just
that was
he was
luck.
just pressing luck to change it. He's
Yeah.
spending 20 luck.
You're spending
Oh.
20 luck?
Someone
Really?
knows what to do.
So it's
That's-
going down. Your luck is going down to now 50.
Are you
Someone
sure?
tell me what to do.
We have. I mean, you can do it if you want. I mean, I'm not telling you either way. We got 6 more episodes. I mean, 7 more episodes.
However, James could have 0 more episodes.
Nice,
That's
got it.
true.
You
That's
got it.
true.
gonna meet
One
Jim
more time.
Jr. Everybody.
Don't spend the luck points. Go for it. You got 50. It's a bell curve.
Yes!
Ah!
Yes!
Oh shit! Will you take it,
Backflip!
keeper? Will you take it?
What is it? Yes, I will. James, describe what it looks like as this wolf dog closes in on you, but you evade it. How do you evade it? What does that look like?
Well, so I stumble a little bit, and this dog leaps at me. But when you think I stumbled, I actually like dropped my shoulder and went right, and then I went left.
Oh shit!
And then I also request that this dog now takes damage for his broken ankles.
you summoned LeBron after Shaq sent these wolfhounds after
This
you.
was the move that made LeBron cry.
Hey, what's going on outside of my shack?
Hey, why you messing with my dog, man?
Leave my chihuahuas alone.
The dogs are sponsored.
That's Nike right there.
So as you fake out the dog douche runs directly into a headstone, sort of like cracks his head against it and falls back
Oh.
and scrambles around.
Little puppy.
As that happens, you hear
There's a whistle.
the dogs. They look and they start bolting back towards the shack. At the shack, you can see a figure has emerged. there is this very, very, very large man. Wide frame, clean, bald head. His eyes are just a little bit crossed.
How tall is this man, by the way?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
In
How
his
tall
hands, a
is
Coke
Shaq?
can.
He's
that looks tiny.
He's 7'1". There's a 7'1" man standing there. He says, "Get back here, doggies." Oh, now y'all get back here. Hey, y'all out there. You want to come inside?
And behind him,
I'm so
a
sorry.
smaller, bald man comes out from behind him. Hey, what you doing, man?
Who is that?
Shaq! I can't do a Kevin Hart voice.
Cat Williams?
Kevin Hart.
Yeah, it was-
I was also thinking
What the
Cat
dogs
Williams.
doing, man?
that is very Cat Williams. Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Pimpin'.
What the? This is supposed to be scary.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Completely derailed.
Oh, that went out the window.
So
Okay.
this is who you presume is Tobias. He ties up the dogs around the back in the pen. Can I offer anybody a cup of coffee?
Yes.
Keeper, I assume that I stopped hearing the dog barkings and I would have turned back by now.
Oh yeah, come on over. You can have a cup of coffee too. Just keep the car parked out there, and you can have some coffee.
If I say yes to the coffee, would you mind explaining these symbols on these headstones?
Oh, the symbols on the headstones, yeah. I don't make the headstones. I just bury them. But yeah, I can do that. Come on inside.
Yeah, coffee.
Y'all coming?
You got any Prince Albert in a can?
No.
Okay.
So you all are brought inside the little shack. You were all brought inside this little hovel. It's a one-room place. It has a fireplace, wood slat floors. There's like this thick area rug in the place. There's a bed. Several wooden chairs are set up. He pulls them out for you all to take a seat and everything. What else? There is this thick, naked stick next to a knife on the mantle. For, I guess, carving wood and such. There's several books that are piled high on the floor next to the bed. And you just at a glance, you would see a wide range of topics. There's history. There's the Farmer's Almanac. There's poetry. There's actually several novels written in French that are here on the floor as well. The place is pretty tidy. Pretty untidy. Not dirty. Untidy. May I have an intelligence roll from everyone?
Oh boy.
You sure can. Not an education?
Intelligence.
Ooh, 93.
Success.
Also a success.
Ironic.
It is.
Only Dr. Rick Kurtz picks up on this. Dr. Rick Kurtz is looking around the place, sort of, you see everybody's seen all the books and stuff and everything, blah, 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 blah. Dr. Rick Kurtz notices that the potbelly stove in here is unlit. If you went and touched it, that stove is cold. Yet there is smoke pouring out of the chimney.
Okay. So
May,
if
may I have a spot hidden roll from you, Dr. Kurtz, though? Before we go further?
yes, and may I ask real quick before I make the spot hidden roll? Is the chimney inside? Is it in the same location as it is on the outside when I saw the stack billowing? Is it in the same kind of the same side of the house that I saw the exterior part of it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. 30 versus 75, a hard success.
There seems to be this hidden exhaust system ever so slightly visible under the feet of the cast iron heater. It seems to go underground. There's some sort of something underground that pipe leads to. So, what brings y'all out here? Y'all here to mourn? All right. Well, I guess you're not much for talking.
All right. Sorry, friend. I'm just taken aback. The dogs were your pets were rather intimidating.
Oh yeah, they're pretty scary. I had them since they was puppies. There was an old farmer. His dog got pregnant, had these puppies, and gave them to me. They're all right.
Indeed.
What are the dogs' names?
No. Okay, yeah.
Why have I created an icy hot stove in Shaq's hovel?
When the heat is on, the pain is gone.
These are my dogs. Icy Hot, Fiat, Papa John.
His dad's name is John. Dad's Papa's name is John.
Oh.
We really ruin everything. I'm so sorry.
This session started off so strong too.
He was a general back in World War One.
Dude, I feel like Captain Blood is about to crash his ship on top of this shack. It's gonna come out
from within the where you drop the anchor, Pop will spin down on the chain. Oh, what y'all doing down here?
What y'all doing down here?
Oh, we just having some coffee. So what brings y'all out here?
Yes. I myself am relatively new to town. I have visited everything, and regarding its size, I didn't have much else to do, to be quite frank.
Oh, well, welcome. I didn't recognize y'all, so I sent my dogs after you. Thought it'd be pretty funny, but y'all ran away. Y'all pretty fast. Anybody got any scrapes or scars or anything, I can tend to them. If my dogs did anything. Oh, you over there. You hurt my dog real bad. It got a little headache now.
I'm sorry. I used to play some ball back in the day. I didn't think your dog could handle my moves, and it couldn't. But yeah, I apologize if your dog had any ankle injuries afterwards.
It's okay. I'll make sure he's tended to. And he goes over he goes outside briefly to the wolf dog and sort of pets it, tends to its leg that it's kind of holding there, his little paw.
While he's briefly gone, I say, what do we do now?
Don't drink the coffee.
Do we know anything about this man?
No.
Don't drink the coffee.
No. Okay.
You do know some stuff about him.
We do know. We know he's the father's adopted son. We know everyone considers him a traitor for what did he do? He aided the other side during the war.
Yeah, he was like I don't know, commiserating with like the French or something, like probably selling secrets or something.
He was a general.
With the French?
I forget who. Somewhere he was in France.
With the Germans?
World War I. Who was he?
The Germans.
Yeah.
It's always the Germans.
In France.
Both times, yeah.
In France.
It's okay. It was pre-Nazi, so we could say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not that bad.
Yeah, you know. They had a lot of new weaponry, and they wanted to try them out.
This is an
That
Optune
is-
Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And Keeper, can you remind me
Pre-tuned.
what did Clementine say about this man? That he was being hunted by who? Or remind me what Clementine said about Tobias?
He's just like a creepy traitor.
Okay.
No, check chat.
Yeah, she said creepy traitor. He moved here.
Hey, Johnny Stanton.
Johnny Stanton.
What's up? Thank you for rating. What's up?
Johnny? Good to
Hey
see you,
everybody, welcome in, welcome in. We are playing Call of Cthulhu. You're at a very interesting spot. We have our investigators here in 1930s New England. They are investigating a werewolf situation in this town, but it has devolved
Good to see you, buddy.
into necromancy, into all sorts of stuff. And they have tracked down this caretaker in a cemetery who has something to do with it all. Stay tuned. What's up, Johnny?
We're in a shack with Shaq.
With Shaq.
The caretaker is strangely a lot like Shaq.
Strangely. And what we do know about him, oh, thank you, Johnny. Yes, this is
It's very of the period.
classic 1930s. Guitars were invented in 1929, as
That
you know.
Art Deco style.
And then
Not true.
the clock's time was invented in 1910,
Yeah, that's true.
which is where that came from. So very 1930s. Thank you for
Mhm.
noticing. All right. But what we do know about this caretaker, what we were just going over, he stepped out just briefly to tend to one of his wolfhounds that almost killed us. We know that everyone in town considers him a traitor. He was referenced by the main guy that everyone's talking about, this Harlan Dupree, as when going off of Clementine, Harlan Dupree's
So-
daughter, who mentioned that he said something about getting revenge on Tobias, who we're meeting.
There's also smoke with no source.
And there's smoke with no source coming from the shack that we're in, the shack. The oven or the stove is ice, but it's icy, you'd say, and then there is hot coming from somewhere, because there's a thick black smoke coming out of the chimney from the outside.
Did y'all notice that?
Everyone did.
Only Dr.
Oh no,
Kurtz did.
Oh well,
yeah,
yeah.
Kurtz did,
Kurtz is
yeah.
the only one who saw the stove.
But that's
We have no
information
idea.
for Johnny and crew.
Right.
Yeah,
The audience has it. Yeah.
No,
we don't.
Colt, James, Lou, and Chester have no idea. So
One more
That
thing
being
that,
said-
that you were told about Tobias is that in his youth, he someone rejected his advances, a young woman in the town, and he killed her cat with 2 bricks.
that's right.
This is a dark and troubled man that stands before you here, tending to his pets. You're
In the
all
cemetery.
inside in the cemetery. So you're all inside alone right now. You have a couple of moments before he returns. What do you do with those precious moments?
Okay.
Should we just keep questioning him? Like try to ask him questions about these books and try and learn more about him? Or-
He's a military man. He's trained to not answer questions he doesn't want to answer.
Well,
Dr.
Dr. Kurtz is in the military. I mean, maybe you know how to get through to him.
Keeper Dr. Kurtz is going to remove his fedora, pull out the Webley revolver, and place it ever so much as he can inside the hat, and leave it on his lap, pointed towards the keeper of this shack as they enter back in.
Gotcha.
And I'm trying to do this discreetly to where perhaps the other party members don't see it.
Okay.
Are the dogs inside with us, or are they still back
Nope.
outside?
Pin outside. That's where he's at right now. That's why we have a second.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry.
So he goes
briefly
and
looking around.
tends to them in the pen, and you're looking around still, Colt?
We're looking for anything out of the ordinary. Of course, there's the bed. There's I'm looking for maybe anything that would have information, anything written. Maybe looking for that symbol, especially.
Well, you can give me a spot hidden if anybody would like to.
Might as
I'll
well.
take a standard 59 versus 67 success.
Failure.
Failure.
Mm. Okay. Who succeeded? Colt.
I got a standard success.
Colt. Colt, what you're going to see is that peeking out from under the corners of that throw rug underneath you all, there is the edge of a door. A door in the floor. You can see just the very edge of it peeking out from underneath the rug. You notice this.
Very quickly, nudging my partners here and pointing at it. And giving if no one gets the idea, a little, a floor door, if you will. Yes, thank you, Ian. Anyway, pointing it out to everyone. Best I can.
Tobias comes back into the room. Okay, everybody. How's your coffee?
Excellent. Thank you.
I did not drink any coffee.
Exquisite.
Lou has a thing against caffeine.
No,
Mhm.
that's okay. That's
I
all
was
right.
unable to get water earlier. For some reason, when I said I needed water, someone said that I wanted hash browns. But I don't have my water.
Who said that? You want some hash browns? I don't have any hash
Doctor,
browns.
I don't think anybody mentioned hash brown.
Perhaps you should take a seat, Mr. Caretaker.
My name is Tobias.
I'm very curious. I see some smokestacks billowing out of this shack, yet your fireplace is unlit.
What about it?
What about it? Explain to me how that even works.
Well, if you're so curious and so observant, you should know that I have more than coffee. Can I offer you a drink? Something stronger? Something hard? I make it myself underneath the shack.
I'll take you up on that offer.
Okay. He turns around and goes to this little corner of the place, sort of next to the books. There are these crates. He lifts some books off of the top of one of the crates, and inside he has like this jug, this big jug. He brings the jug around to each of you, offering to pour some of this into your coffees. He uncorks it, and the smell of corn whiskey sort of just fills the room. Strong.
No, thank you.
No for you. Anybody want some?
I'll take some.
Okay. He gives you just a little dash in your coffee cup. After that, he takes it himself and cheers. And goes to...
And then I'm going to throw it in his face.
Shh. What'd you do that for? That's hot. I like you. He doubles over. He continues to laugh and laugh. The only time he stops laughing is to take breaks and to take a sip from that jug himself. He takes these big swigs out of the jug before putting it down.
Since I see him sipping it, I'm gonna take a sip of it.
Of the liquor?
Of the liquor, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he puts it down. Anybody can go grab it. He is just laughing so hard. His face even is a little redder now from the sting of the hot coffee that dashed him in his face. But he shrugs it off. He even begins to take a seat as you see his shirt. His shirt is like stained brown with the coffee. It's wet. He continues to laugh, slaps his leg. That was a funny one. You want another cup?
lead me downstairs if you would.
Oh, you want to see the still? Okay. All right.
You make this with corn.
Yeah, man, we're going.
Go.
All right. He goes, pulls the rug back, opens the trap door. All right. You want to head down first?
Nope.
No, after you. And I'm going to put the Webley in his back.
He's a very forward person.
He's just happy to see you.
Yep.
Are you the law?
No, I'm just somebody who needed a glass of water earlier.
You never asked me for water. I could have gave you water.
Keep on walking.
You really are thirsty, aren't you? He steps into this small hole. It's dark under there. Do you follow?
Yes, I still have the Webley trained on his back.
Okay, yeah. So Dr. Rick Kurtz and Tobias are now in this small excavated room beneath the shack. It's probably like 8 foot square. The rest of you have seen Dr. Rick Kurtz disappear, descend underground.
Fuck it. I can't leave a man going alone. I'll roll in with the 45. I'll go behind. I'll go behind
will-
Kurtz.
Also go and accompany them.
Yeah. Everybody
But I-
going?
How many people can we fit in this chamber?
It's small, so as many people can like
Oh.
sort of like peer in. You can go. People can go in there, but
This chamber has many secrets.
Can some? Oh Jesus! Is there a lantern around?
Stop
Just
it with your riddles, Tom.
well,
quick glance, keeper. Is there a lantern or anything?
yeah. So once he goes down here, he starts lighting these kerosene lanterns that are inside.
Okay.
And what Dr. Kurtz can see is most of this place is filled with a corn whiskey still. There is like this super cleverly designed like furnace box. Those are the smoke pipes you're seeing. That's what's rigged up to outside where the exhaust can go out. So if you're just a cop, if you're like the constable riding by and you see the smoke, you're assuming it's from the chimney, but it's really coming from down under here. And he shows this to you. There's a ton of earthenware jugs, identical to the one that he took a big swig from. There's also empty ones, too, here, just to, I guess, to make more.
Are the ingredients what would be used for alcohol? Is all of it lining up just to be alcohol?
Everything down here, yeah, it all tracks from what you would know. To be sure, you can give me an education roll.
2280 hard success.
2280 hearts is yeah, for sure.
How much this are you able to make? Like, in a month.
Quite a bit.
That's pretty impressive, man. I mean, my uncle had a still. He wasn't. I mean, but it wasn't this sophisticated, man. You got some crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, supply the area.
Yeah. But you say supply the area, so you mean you selling it to a bunch of people here in town?
Oh, anybody that'll come around. Most people in town are scared of me.
Well, I apologize for drawing this on you, Tobias, but there were rumors. People told us at the local diners about a drunken man who bit a leg off, and
A drunken man who bit a leg.
hurt a young girl.
Who is this? Who hurt a girl?
I don't know for certain, but I heard the name. I believe Harlan.
Harlan?
That's the name I heard.
Harlan Dupree?
Possibly.
No, I ain't seen him in many a moon. I mean, outside of our common profession, that is. We both work with dead people.
He get his whiskey from you?
Yeah, he does. That's how I know him.
Anybody else?
Some people, but yeah, Harlan. I bury the people. He carved the stones and put on top of the burial. We're both in the same business. Yeah,
Keep-
I dig that hole. I toss him in. That's quite a sound, you know. I dig the hole and you toss the body in. There's a sound it makes when it hits the ground. There's like a thud. Well, it's not really a thud. It's more of a smack. It's like a smack mixed with a squish. The body gets soft inside, you know, after it.
Yeah. Keeper, is there a hidden entryway anywhere, like maybe a piece of wood thrown up over something, or
Outright sanding, aren't you, Matt?
is it just dirt?
Spot hidden.
I've rolled a lot of spot hiddens. Yeah, 96, 67 failure.
Yeah. As far as anything like, I'm trying to think if there's like any sort of like. I'll tell you this: there's nothing like hidden. The only sort of entryway you would see, exit or entryway you would see in here is the where you came in. But there's small hole that's been carved into the dirt wall behind the steel. It's not necessarily like something boarded up or something like a passageway, but it's a small hole. I'd say I don't know, maybe one or two people tops could try to crawl in if you wanted. But if you're thinking about that, I'll call for a sanity roll just because of the tightness of this hole in the wall.
Do I piece that together well enough? I mean, with a 96, 67 for a sanity roll, or
well, are you thinking about going in?
I wasn't even thinking that.
No sanity roll needed.
Oh,
I'm just saying the only thing you would see other than that is a small hole in the wall.
Okay. But it is like, I mean, the size of it, I guess I would be considering if Colt is similar in my mindset. First, you'd think, can you get your arm in there? Can you set something in there? And then after that, you would think, can I fit in there? So it is instinctual. So I'll probably roll sanity.
All right.
For a 89, 68 failure.
Yo, there's no way you're getting in that thing. There's no way you would want to.
Nah.
Like, that's bad news, man. It's pitch dark in that hole. Maybe you could fit, but nah.
But if I couldn't fit, then I would deem then
the hole is
Tobias
noticeable from everyone, though. If you kept looking around, you'd eventually see it. Not hidden.
Tobias, friend, what's that all about?
What? But that's just a hole. Anyway.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we was talking about Harlan, that old dog. He's a good friend. Shame what happened to him, though. But I don't need him.
Enough chatter. Listen. This whiskey you have, we know. You've given it away with Harlan. You called him an old dog and you haven't seen him in many moons. Oh. I think you and I have already met, haven't we?
Oh, no, this is London laughing.
Yeah, no. You called him a dog and he said moons. That's all I need.
He showed me his butt cheeks. It was crazy.
Put him up, pal. Sorry. All right.
No, I've never seen you before in my life.
No.
You know Harlan, though. You can anybody can inside him.
Hard success? Has he seen Kurtz before?
This guy is a case for sure, but he's telling the truth. He has never seen Dr. Kurtz before this moment.
Instinctively, something tells me he does not lie. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
this is wild.
I got a new friend. I don't need no Harlan Dupree no more. My new friend can teach me things like what's down under, how to get there. Once you get that in your nails and your teeth, it's wet. It smells like dead, but you don't stop. You keep going. You can't see, but you don't need to. Your nose can do it for you. It knows. Your nose knows. Your nose knows.
And this new friend, perhaps they showed you how to make these concoctions.
No, they didn't show me that. They showed me how to know with my nose. They showed me how to smell. Because once you smell, you know. And then, once you're under there, you go straight up. Hard up, hard up, hard up, straight up. And then you hit.
Underwear.
You give that wood a knock. Anybody home? Is anybody home in there? Oh. You know ain't nobody home, but you got to be nice. You got to use your manners. You got to be real polite. That's what you got to do. But you're not. So you keep pushing. You push up. You push through. You hit a crack. You feel it give. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going through the wood. Oh, you keep going up. You go through the satin. You go through the satin. You know you're close. You go faster. Use your hands. Use your teeth. Keep going. Past the cotton. And then you reach that soft. The bloat. And when you take that first bite. She's a beaut. Oh, it's beautiful. You let it run down your face, down your chin. You lick it all up. You are changed inside and out. Come on now. You want me to take you to meet my friend? I show him to you. He's outside. You want to go meet him? Huh? Anybody want to go meet my friend? He's waiting on us.
I want to go meet him.
Jesus, Kurtz, come on.
May I have a sanity roll from everyone?
Sanity.
Sanity.
Another one. Oh, success. Thank God.
Lou failed. 68 versus 60.
Failure.
Failure.
So I take 8 points off my sanity, right, London? Or is that
No, I'll roll for what you take off.
okay?
So we had two success. Wait, one success. Two
Success here. James success.
Ignore that second success. I failed the first time.
Cool. So
It was misclick.
all right. From hearing this strange tirade, you're going to lose 1 point of sanity if you succeeded, and you're going to lose 3 points of sanity if you failed that. As you're in this tight and closed space, and this man is rambling on about something. But as Dr. Rick Kurtz obliges and says that he indeed would like to meet Tobias's friend, Tobias looks at Dr. Kurtz. All right, everybody, let's go see him. Let's go. He exits. He goes back up the rickety ladder that leads to the trapdoor, where he climbs his big frame out of it. Colt goes. Lou goes. Chester goes. James goes. But something about that hole calls Dr. Kurtz. What do you do?
Dr. Rick Kurtz is going to pull back his sleeve and put his arm in there, see if he can feel anything.
As you feel your hand in there, you can see that there is more room once you reach inside than just at the precipice, right? It's a little smaller. You could fit inside, but it gets wider inside. Only this door is tight.
I'm going to climb up into it.
Climbing inside.
Hmm.
You can see, eventually, a little bit of light. There are candles in this room that illuminate a crude symbol that's been drawn in the dirt and the floor. The sand is mustard yellow colored. It matches the symbol that you all have been looking for. The symbol that Dupree carved on those headstones. Now, also in this room, besides the candles and the symbol, there's matches. There's a mason jar with more of the sand. There's this small, wicked-looking knife. It's there. It seems to be carved from flint. Its blade stained black with dried blood and mud. Here. There is a small wooden box. About yay big. Unlocked. It's open. And those candles illuminate what's inside. There's this book of French poetry, a silver picture frame, an ornate German helmet, you know, like with the brass spike on the top of it. One of those is in there. What did you do with this book, picture frame, and helmet?
And the knife is standing there, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to pick up the book. Well, actually, first the knife, and then go to the book and open it and see if I'm able to read any of it.
Give me an intelligence roll.
Success, 48 versus 60.
Most of it is written in French, but there has been translations sort of put right underneath by Tobias, perhaps. You sort of piece together that the piece of paper that you discovered earlier with that symbol on it in Dupree's workshop, it was a page out of this book. It would fit almost perfectly. Beyond that, as you're reading these translations, your companions might be wondering what's taking Dr. Kurtz so long. Tobias, probably not bothered. He's too busy introducing them to his friend. But in these few moments, Dr. Kurtz, with his archaeological expertise, he spent many hours and hours and hours poring over papers, studying them, learning. Dr. Kurtz, you're going to start the next session once you sort of leave this space and join the rest of your party and meeting the friend with a spell. You're going to have a spell called Temporal Rip. And in the darkness and in the light, this party did not know who would live, who would die. But we're going to find out next time on Spot Hidden. That's it.
Whoa, gang!
Oh,
Temporal rift. What the heck? Oh my
fucking
god!
teleporting around.
I can't wait a week.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait till y'all meet the friend. I really can't.
Oh boy.
I
I'm
just
gonna
hope
go
he's
on the
French.
Spot Hidden wiki and look up spoilers.
It's gonna.
The friend is Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It's Kevin Hart.
I was about to say, is
It's
it
Charles Barkley.
It's Charles Barkley, War Eagle.
War Eagle, yes sir.
Johnny Pants, thank you for joining in. Thank you for hopping in our chat too.
Yes, thank you.
Ian, thank you for always being here.
Thank you, Ian.
Johnny
Always good to
Stanton,
see
thank
you.
you for bringing your crew over after your stream. Hope you had a great stream.
We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, thank you for joining us in this game today.
In
And
spirit.
All right, everybody. Well, that's it. We'll be back next week. I should say this. Should I say it now or should I wait?
Yeah,
a
do
week?
it.
Say
Yeah.
half of it.
I'll say it all. Well, okay. Well, maybe, or I can say half of it. No. Well,
It's a joke. Let's just go.
oh, after next session, Hudson and I will be swapping seats. Hudson will be jumping into the keeper seat, and I will be playing. Whoa!
Whoa!
You're stuck with me again.
Yeah, I never get to play this game, and I really want to play. So Hudson's gonna. I have no idea what Hudson's gonna do with the story. Who knows how many of these characters will survive what I put them through next week? But I will be playing. Yeah, very excited about that. And
A tale
Hudson,
of two GMs.
yeah, indeed, keeper swap. This is the second iteration in a way. It's not as time focused as Matt and Hudson's rendition. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. So I got one more in me before I start playing. Yeah, Hudson, do you want to tell us the plot of your thing? Please tell me so I can know what to prepare.
Yeah, I mean, we'll all go over it, but for the audience, all I can tell you is to pack your bags. We're going on a vacation.
Oh,
See-
shit.
See, I don't even know what that means. Again, but
I
we
don't
have,
even know.
we have investigators here. They get hired to do jobs. We've been here for 6 episodes. Who knows where we're going next? I don't, but very excited for it.
It's Pennsylvania. It's like right next door.
We're going to Pennsylvania. Cool.
Danny
Oh,
DeVito's
you're-
there.
You're not going to be in Kansas anymore.
We're going to Virginia Beach.
We're going to Opelika, Alabama.
Yeah,
Meeting up
there
with-
you go.
Meeting up with Pop.
We're going to see Pop. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, that's it. So yeah, see you next week, and then we'll switch things up.
Whoa.
All right. Cool. All right.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Thanks for joining us.
Like the Lovecraft Hawaii.
Thank you.